they were going to feel that.
Yeah, it's counterproductive. If it's too formal, students will not feel comfortable with you. Mm-hmm. See, what you just said. Well, continue. Tell me the rest of your comment.
I think that was all.
That's pretty much it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've said two very true premises as far as English teachers. Number one, English teachers in general, but especially English teachers, let me tell you why. We have our lesson plan, yes or no? So we prepare classes, we do our lesson plan, and then we walk into the classroom, and then something happened. It could be positive, it could be negative, but something happened, and then you use kids left something that is very important in teachers, judgment. Okay, you decided that you needed to change because you observed Hefsi, because you decided that too formal is bad, blah 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 blah. So excuse me. So that's very important in every class, no? Perlita prepares her class, very nice, and then walks into the classroom, and then she sees that the kids are having fun because a clown came. I don't know, I'm just talking very nonsense words, but she decided that she needed to change at the last moment. That's okay. That's actually perfect, is that what you did, because teachers, that's the point of being a teacher. The point is to not improvise, that's a whole different story. There's no improvising, it's judging and deciding to take or adapt your planning to circumstances. So always remember that, teachers, because you will encounter things like that, no? Like, I don't know, I give you an example. It's the last class of the hour or the day, and then everybody is tired, and then you have grammar. No, pues te van a vomitar ahí, no? So you need to do something else, or maybe the same thing, but you have to adapt it to them. See what I mean? So it's otherwise, let me put it this way. Otherwise, we would not be needed. The students can actually go into YouTube tutorials. First conditional, the Google Grammar, first conditional, and read it and learn it. But that will never, ever substitute the judgment of a teacher. Because a teacher can decide what's best for the students. So I applaud you, very good. I heard very good comments about your presentation, so pretty cool. All right, so I see a lot of potential in your classes. Nervousness is normal. I am still nervous, even though you see me like almost perfect and extremely sexy, I still get nervous. But you know what? That's good, because that means that you care for it. If you didn't care for it, you're like, ponme 100 participantes. No, that's not good. That's actually stupid. You know? That means that you're responsible. Now, over nervousness, you need to work on it. But you didn't let the fear to be over you. Okay, so it's a balance. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's recorded, so I'll be sending you the video. The video in a moment. And well, Alex is going to do it, but yes. Anna, you didn't present, right?
No, I can present yesterday, but Alex told me that he would send me the schedule for the next week.
Okay, So is your perlita. It's important for you to do it, okay? Next week. Isaac, good morning. So you two, I know you have a little bit experience, but he has conducted conversation clubs. Oh, se fue. Creo que se ofendió. Ah, es cierto. Se le fue nada más. Okay, cool. All right, let's begin. Let me open the, oh wait, he's coming back. Oh, no.
What was that? I don't know what happened.
Te ofendiste, yo dije, ay, se ofendió, se fue.
No sé qué pasó.
Ay, no worries. Let me open the file, hold on. Oh, wait, let's do this first. I'm going to be sending you, in your WhatsApp, you have a file that is called, let me open it, let me see what is, appendixes. Do you have it? But let me see if it's that one. Hold on a second, let me open it. No, this is not it. Go to the one, exercises. Open the one that it says exercises, please. Aha. And then it says, let me share it for you. Can you see my screen? Not if you see it. Okay, so exercise 1 is a quiz. Okay, let's take 5 minutes to do this quiz, and let me tell you the instructions. Es así como de Cosmopolitan, teens, nonsense. Where does your true intelligence lie? This quiz will tell you where you're stupid and international. Well, where you stand and what to do about it. Read each statement. If it expresses some characteristics of yours and sounds true, jot or write T. If it doesn't, F. If the statement is true, then, or sometimes false, then leave it in blank. It says 15 minutes is too much. Let's do 5 minutes. Let's do number 1 together. I rather draw a map than give someone verbal instructions. In my case, it's true. For some other people, it's false. And so for some people, sometimes. Okay? See, in my case, it's true. I write T. If it's false, F. Or it's 50-50, I leave it in blank. See the instructions? All right, 5 minutes. Take time.
Yo ya terminé.
Great. To give you 1 minute. Okay, now we're not going to go over the questionnaire. It's very long, but we're gonna do. Did you do the second part? The next page. It's until number 30, and this is the important part. The result. Okay. You're going to do check a mark or a palomita by each item you mark as true are your totals. A total of 4 in any categories indicates a strong ability. So for example, if number 7, this is a number 7, also number 7, it's easy for me to say what I think in an argument or debate. If it's true, le ponemos una palomita. ¿Sale? Si es false, lo dejamos en blanco. ¿Sale? Hagamos el resultado. Ready? No? Okay. Okay, ready, right? Perfect. Okay, so let's go very fast. Perlita, tell me your results in linguistic A.
We have, I have 4.
4, okay. Parenthesis, all English teachers are supposed to have 4 in linguistic, but sometimes it doesn't. But no worries right now. I'll explain in a moment. Logical, mathematical, Perlita.
3.
Yeah, I mean, it's mathematical no se te da. Okay. Musical.
4.
Okay, so you like singing in the rain or in the shower. Okay. Spatial.
3.
Yeah, it's very rare a person that has 4 in spatial. They usually work for NASA or something like that. Burlesque and aesthetic.
1.
Yeah, okay, so you don't like dancing?
No.
Okay. Intrapersonal. Okay. In categories F and G, 1 or 2, even if it's 1, it means that you have abilities. So you have intelligence like that. Okay. So intrapersonal.
2.
2?
Yes.
No. Really? You need to
Yeah.
work on that. So that means that you're very timid.
Yeah.
You don't like to talk to people. O sea,
No
así de
much.
que, ay, hola, te conocí ayer. Okay, interpersonal.
3.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, that means maybe because of our religion, but by nature, you don't like talking to people. Pero because of religion, you need to talk to people. So you develop, right, to the ability to talk to people. Okay, Annie, A or linguistic.
Yes, I have 3. I have 4.
4, very good. Mathematical.
1.
No se te da la matemática.
I don't
So
like.
musical.
I have 1.
Okay, so you don't like singing.
Not really.
Spatial.
4.
Okay. I'll ask you some questions in a moment. Only kinesthetic.
2.
Okay, so you don't like dancing.
No, no, I don't.
Okay. Intrapersonal.
1.
Okay. Interpersonal.
2.
Okay. Que es left. A.
4.
Okay. Mathematical.
3.
Okay, so you don't, it's not your favorite subject math, but you like math. You understand math.
Yeah, it used to be. I was good at it, but since I'm not at school, well, I haven't been at school for a long time. I'm kind of forgetting.
Right. But that means that you understand them. Let's see, for example, Annie, she's 1. Annie is like 0 math. And it's not that she doesn't have the capacity. That means that she doesn't like it.
Mhm.
And so, Keslev, you like it, but it's not your favorite. Okay.
It used
So,
to be, but I'm not that good now.
bueno, pues es que maybe it could change. I want to explain in a moment during the course today. It is changing during your life. But I'll explain a moment. Musical, Keslev.
C4.
4. Okay, so you like singing.
Yeah, I do like
Okay,
it.
you like whistling and humping and okay. What about special?
D is 1.
Oh yeah, that's normal. E.
3.
Okay, so you like dancing, but not so much.
Well, I do like it.
Okay, but you don't like let's put it this way, when you don't like touching people.
Well, just in general, but maybe because I am not that good at sports, so that kind of thing.
That too, very good. F.
1.
Okay. Interpersonal.
And G 1.
Okay, all right. Okay, so that means that you like to have friends, but also you enjoy time for yourself. You know, you like to be in your room by yourself for some time. And you also enjoy going out with your friends. Interesting. Isaac. Hey.
Tengo una pregunta. Las que dejamos en blanco cuentan como punto o como no?
No, las que quedan en blanco, esas no las pones.
Okay. Hey. 3.
3, okay. Mathematical.
3.
3. Musical.
5.
You like, you told me one time that you want to be a DJ, right? No? I was okay. Spatial.
2.
2. Kinesthetic.
2.
Intrapersonal.
2.
Interpersonal.
1.
Do you like video games?
Yeah.
I mean, like a gamer, like you spend hours and okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I got my PC game.
All right, that makes sense. Okay, let's explain in a moment. All right. So what does this mean? Okay, let's talk about multiple intelligences. Let me open the file. Can you see my screen? None of you see it? Cool, all right. Thank you. So language acquisition. Yes, so we're gonna talk about the language of study. What is language of study? Can you read it, Keslev?
Language study refers to any stage in a lesson where students and teachers focus on a specific feature of the language and its construction in order to understanding it better.
Very good, very good. So it says here that anything that has to do with language is part of a study called language study. It's pretty obvious, right? But this is important to know because sometimes teachers forget that. But for example, culture, Do you think culture influences in a language? Yes. It's very different to talk to a person, to a Mexican from Chihuahua than a Mexican from Chiapas. So if you want to study Spanish, you need to study the cultures. Same thing happens in English. It's very difficult, very different, sorry, to talk to a person from Sydney than a person from Jamaica. They both speak English very differently. But if you want to talk English or speak English, you need to learn culture. So that means the study of the language, all the elements. Chiquitina, deja ahí. What are the goals? Annie, number one.
Yes. The immediate goal of language studying is to increase knowledge of the language system so that students improve productive and receptive skills in the long term.
That's your goal number one. I want my students to learn English, period. Whether it's in short term, long term, I want my students to remember me for the teacher or by the teacher that helped me to communicate in English. What is the second goal? Perlita.
Teachers should foster training of autonomous learning.
Read the one below.
Sorry, students should not only study language in the classroom under the direction of the teacher, but should also research on their own.
Very good. What does it mean? Your second goal, and this is going to be in a long-term goal, is that Juanito Perez, who is your student, you want Juanito Perez to continue learning on their own. That's what it says, autonomous learners. That Juanito Perez enjoys English so much in your class that he wanted to continue learning by himself. No, pues es que la clase de Kislev estaba bien chida. Ya me acordé, me ayudó a pasar el examen, me ayudó a conquistar a la gringa. Pero quiero aprender más. So I'm going to Google, YouTube, take courses, whatever. But you have put in there the wanting or the desire of learn English. So, what is the second goal, Annie? Don't read it, explain to me.
Well, we need to create an autonomous learners. They be able to learn by themselves. I'm sorry.
Very good. So they want to, they desire, right? What is our first goal, Isaac? Don't read it, explain it.
What is a goal?
Yeah. What is our goal for the teachers? The first goal. Our first objective in the classroom.
Explain it.
That our students what?
To learn.
Simple as that, right? That's the first goal, that students learn. Don't be the Kool-Aid teacher, entonces les tocó, sobre todo en la universidad y prepa, ¿no? Yo aquí no vengo a perder mi tiempo, yo pongo y ustedes ven si aprenden o no. Don't be like that. That's really stupid, right? It's stupid. Okay. So let's talk about, for that, we need to talk to multiple intelligences. All right, we take number one. So it says that Howard Gardner's, he's a psychiatrist, he recently died, and a psychologist, psychiatrist. Well, he's a very well-known doctor. Okay. So he presented the theory of the multiple intelligences. That he means, or the theory says that all people are equally intelligent. All people are equally capable. But all people are different. So some people will be more inclined to certain things than other people. Okay? That's pretty much it in a general summary. I have, I think I have in a PDF the book. I will send it to you so you can read it in your free time. It's a very cool book, okay? Let's talk about the summary. So when he presented the book, it was 7 different intelligence, excuse me, and then was 2 more added. Okay, so it's something like this. Okay, excuse me. Intelligence area, let me open the, yes. So this is the intelligence area, the strengths, the preferences, learns best through, and needs, okay? Again, according to Gardner, everyone is equally intelligent. Before that, there was intelligent and stupid. But he said, no, there is no stupidity. Let's just don't like it. I give you, and he presented the example, for example, of Albert Einstein. Have you ever read his biography? Or know about Albert? Who knows Albert Einstein? Well, he's a very well scientist and very intelligent. Do you know that he was expelled from his school a couple of times because he failed exams? And he actually, and the teachers told him, you're not going to be anything because you don't, you're stupid. And you know what the problem was? He had a different type of intelligence. So it's pretty much it. Okay, so let's talk about each one of those. So we have verbal, linguistic, okay? What are the strengths he is left?
Writing, reading, memorizing dates, thinking in words, telling stories.
Yes, they are very chismosos. Simple as that. If you're chismoso, you're linguistic. It's actually true. They like to communicate. All right. What are the preferences he's left?
Write, read, tell stories, talk, memorize, work at solving puzzles.
Again, the chismoso, no? That tells stories. Learns best through his left.
Hearing and seeing words, speaking, reading, writing, discussing, and debating.
And they are very, very respondones. They talk, and then los regañas y te responden. Because they like to debate. It's part of their nature. Okay? And she or he needs what, kids left?
Books, tapes, paper, diaries, writing tools, dialogue, discussion, debated, stories, etc.
Debate, he's nice, eh? Debates, stories, etc.
Okay.
So again, if you let me put it this way in the classroom. If you have a student that is very talkative, you can see him, pick me, miss, pick me, yo, miss, yo. And he always responding, talking. Y es como el meme ese que dice, es que maestra, usted me cambió de lugar. Lo que no sabe es que yo me llevo bien con todos. And if you tell that student, shut up, do you really think he's going to shut up? No, he's part of his nature. So you need to work with his nature and have him or her activities based on communication. So she can exploit her ability. All right, now we have the contrast, the mathematical logical. They are very different. Annie, what are the strengths?
Math, logic, problem solving, reasoning, patterns. Reasoning patterns.
Do you understand this word, patterns? It's patrones, so that you have like, you can tell a student, bueno, hay unos que tienen toques, es diferente, ¿no? Trastorno de orden compulsivo. That's a whole different story. You're not able to help them, only psychiatrists. But you can tell a student that walks into the classroom, sits in the desk, y ya sabes, pone el amarillo junto al azul, pone su cuaderno bien arreglado, alineado con la pluma para que sea. That's a mathematical logical. They have patterns. Es un patrón. Okay. Very annoying, really. It's annoying for you if you're linguistic, like, oh yeah. but that's part of the nature, right? Annie, preferences.
Question, work with numbers, experiments, solve problems.
You will see that those kids, those students that tienen el lápiz ordenado junto al cuaderno y demás, they're really good at solving problems, at experiments. They're really good at categorizing. In their mind, they visualize groups. On the contrary to linguistic, they don't do that. They visualize words, they talk and talk and talk. But the mathematical logical, they need to have a structure. Okay. Learns best through, Annie?
Working with relationships and patterns, classifying, categorizing, working with the best abstract, with the abstract, I'm sorry.
With the abstract, they don't need to touch anything, they have everything in mind. That's why, okay, engineers are normally mathematical logical, no? Ingenieros en robótica, civiles, because they do a lot of math, right? It's very difficult teaching English to them. You will have in some point of your life, for example, if you work for me, I will send you to work for to companies. Like Annie, she's working in Honda, right? Or ya no?
Yes, I still, yes.
Honda, they have, they're all engineers. And they're very square-minded. Quieren ver fórmulas. ¿Y por qué? It's very annoying. That's the nature. Yo me desespero, así de, ya, cállate, neta. Pero es, yes or no, Annie? They're really cuadrados. They want to see the A and then the B and then the C. That's part of their nature, right? Needs. ¿Qué puedes hacer? Needs, Annie.
Things to think about and explore, science, materials, manipulative, trips to the planetariums and science museums, etc.
Yeah, so they need to explore, they need to come up with a formula, they need to do it. That's the point. When they do it, they will feel better. All right, so far so good? What about visual spatial? Perlita.
Friends, maps, reading charts, drawing, maze, puzzles, imagining things, visualization.
Visualization, very good. So these guys work for NASA or work for the CIA, or they are very creative. Okay, they are very creative. It says here they do mazes. You know the mazes? No, the Maze Runner. Do you know the movie? Que se quiere decir laberinto. The Maze Runner. They do puzzles. For example, you remember the Rubik cubic, the Rubik que tiene así con muchos colores. Yo lo resolvía en 5 minutos. ¿Sabes cómo? Agarraba un martillo. No, yo me desespero. No sabes. Oh, mira. Okay, you're special. That makes sense because of your question. Okay, that makes sense. Por eso te gustan videojuegos, because you do patterns, you create the environment. Nice. Okay, yeah, I don't. Compré hace 20 años hace 15 años un rompecabezas de colección de los Beatles. I'm a Beatle fan. Y este es de colección porque venía de Londres. Anyways, it was expensive. ¿Saben cuántas veces lo he armado? None. Ahí está guardadito. I just can. It gets me in my nerve, you know. There are some other people that they know it. And they spend hours doing it. That's okay. Very annoying, but it's the nature. So what are the preferences, Perlita?
Draw, build, design, create, daydream, look at pictures.
Daydreaming, they love daydreaming. They have their own stories. No son esquizofrénicos, that's a whole different story. No, they have their own stories, they have their own, and their mind flies. Hold on a second. Wait. What happened? Hold on, wait. Ay. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. So you do daydreaming, Isaac? You like daydreaming?
What is that?
Yeah, empieza así de, está chido el de Halo, yo no sé cuál es jugar, ¿no? Está chido el de Halo, y si yo fuera Chief Master 117, ¿verdad? Yo también juego. And then, y luego se me iría al país, y luego el planeta, bla, 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 y te vas. Okay, that's daydreaming, that's okay. It's part of your nature. Now, we're learning so you can have the same ability in the classroom. You present a picture of the 117 Chief Master. And, okay, you're Chief Master, what do you do? Y tu mente vuela y empieza a crear en inglés. On contrary to the logical mathematical, lo van a encontrar aburrido. Pero un special kid, no hombre, se va a aventar unas historias que no sabes. That's good. You just need to identify them. Okay. Learn best through, Perlita.
Working with pictures and colors, visualizing, using the mind's eye, drawing.
Mind's eye. They visualize everything. They actually can see a house. Te pongo un ejemplo, Isaac. I don't know, have you, Minecraft? Okay, you play Minecraft, estás viendo how do you call it? Bueno, pues el pasto, pues no dice pasto, pero bueno. And then you are building en tu mente y tú ya terminaste de crearla. En tu mente ya hasta le diste vueltas, sabes la altura, cómo va a quedar, y eso no. Because you work with creativeness. I don't. Actually, Minecraft, I hate it. But anyways, my daughter likes it. So needs. Perlita?
Legos or Legos?
Legos, fine.
Legos.
Okay.
Video, movies, slides, art, imagination, games, maze, puzzles, illustrated book, trips to art museums, etc.
You like those, Isaac? You like Legos, right? Yes, okay, of course, yeah. I like Legos too, but the small ones. Cool. Bodily kinesthetic is that.
Athletics, me, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Athletics, dancing, crafts, using tools, acting.
According to the test, none of you were kinesthetic. But a kinesthetic boy will do, if it's going to be very good in athletics, it doesn't really mean that he's fit or he's thin. He just like to run. That's what it means. And they like dancing, they like acting. So you can see, okay, a role play. Vamos a hacer en la clase un role play. Those, me. Those are kinesthetic. They like to move around. Es más, son bien annoying. Have you seen the guy that walks into the, or a student that walks into the classroom, sits y empieza con la pluma? O la niña que cruza la pierna si está mueve y mueve la pierna. Decía mi madre, bueno, que tienes gusanos en el... They do. No que tengan gusanos. I mean that it's part of the nature. And it's very important for you to know it. Poor kid. Siéntate bien y quédate quieto, es lo peor que le puedes decir. Actually, let me put it this way. They can't concentrate unless they move. All right? So take it in mind. Take it into consideration. Preferences. Is that?
Move around, touch and talk, body language.
Body language, they do a lot of the gesturing, y sí, para arriba y para abajo, y fuimos y regresamos. Learn best through, ¿qué es left?
Touching, moving, knowledge through, but bodily sensations.
Yes.
Processing.
Yeah, this one is it sounds like no, but it doesn't mean anything bad. I'm just saying, bodily sensation is that I don't know. You have an activity of prepositions, tall, short. So you ask, a ver, Juanito Pérez, what is tall? Juanito Pérez is tall. They need to feel it. That's what it means. Unlike logical, mathematical, they will feel it, they will like, ay, maestra, ay, miss, que oso. En cambio, un body kinesthetic is like, yes, pick me, you know? And it's, ¿qué es Def?
Role play, drama, things to build, movement, sports and physical games, tactile experiences, hands-on learning, etc.
Yeah, este 4 está de más, sorry. Role play, very important. Things to build, so you have plastilina, no, and play doh and work with it. Move around. Have you play or have conducted the activity find someone who? Find someone who has a cat. Find someone who has a blah, blah. So everybody stands up and everybody talks to everybody. And they mingle, it's called. They move around. That's perfect for kinesthetics. And you can tell Juanita Pérez que es logical. Y se mueve porque está obligada. And you can tell Juanito Pérez, like, yo, voy aquí, voy allá. Ya te pregunté, ahora voy yo contigo. Part of the nature. Okay? All right, so far so good? All right. Now, what are the other ones? Musical. Isaac.
Picking up songs, remembering melodies, rhythms, and singing.
Very good. Picking up songs. According to your test, none of you were, no, ¿quién sí era musical? Tú, ¿verdad? So, okay, Isaac, when you listen to a tune, let's say, you watch, I don't know, TikToks, y está el tren de, I don't know, baila con la banda. You heard that one? Y entonces todo el día te la traes. Y no sabes ni por qué. Y estás cantándola. That's picking up songs. That's because you're musical. And you actually doing laundry y estás bailando. It's part of it, okay? Preferences. Yes, Isaac.
Sing, play an instrument, listen to music.
You stay hum? Hum is like, okay. You like that, right? Of course. Learns best through?
Write, singing, melody, listen to music and melodies.
You remember back in the kindergarten or the primaria, con las sílabas? Yo, no, vamos a. That was very stupid, but musical students will actually love it. Okay. And needs?
Sing a long time, trips to concerts, music playing at home and school, music instruments, etc.
Okay, so they need to listen to themselves, they need to talk, they need to sing, and so forth. Interpersonal. My personal favorite. Annie.
Leading,
Yes.
organizing, understanding people, communicating, resolving conflicts, sealing.
I'm interpersonal, totally interpersonal. They need to organize, they understand people, they communicate, they like to resolve conflicts, and they love selling. In other words, they are people. A people person is called. A person that likes and enjoys interact with people. Okay, preferences?
Talk to people, have friends, join groups.
Talk to people, and people involved. Learns best through?
Comparing, relating, sharing, interviewing, cooperating.
Interviewing, cooperating. And ya sabes, ¿no? El clásico de que el líder del grupo, yo presento, yo organizo, yo hago esto, yo hago lo otro. That is cooperating, that is interviewing, and so forth. Needs?
Friends, group games, social gatherings, community events, clubs, mentors, apprenticeships, etc.
Very good. So they need friends, they need gatherings, events, mentoring, apprenticeship, etc. You will have one of those and you will ask, a ver, Juanito Pérez, help me checking your students' work. No, hombre, hasta se ponen la corbata y vamos a ver, vénganse para acá, yo les ayudo, les muevo. That's interpersonal. They usually are leaders. They're really annoying too. because they're leaders. They have an authority problem, actually. But that's because of their nature. They're really bad in, not bad, that's incorrect word. They don't do well in a job because of the authority problem. Okay, part of the nature. Intrapersonal. Parrita.
Recognizing strengths and weakness, setting goals, understanding self.
They're really shy, but more than shy, they are really observative. They observe, they're really analytic. They observe, they analyze, and they actually came with theories based on their analysis. Okay, very mature, very intelligent or very mature for their age. Preferences, Paulita?
Work alone, reflect, pursue, interest.
They like to work alone. Okay, who was intrapersonal? Tú eres interpersonal, ¿verdad, Paulita?
Yeah, intrapersonal.
So cuando
I like-
vamos a trabajar en un grupo y tú dices, yo me estoy
Yeah. I don't like that.
yo sola, miss, ándale. You know, and they do. They actually prefer do the job, the complete job, but they are really good at it. They actually finish on time. Learn best through
Working alone, having space, reflecting, doing self-paced projects.
Te choca que te estén carareando, ¿sí o no? So you like, no, miss, a mí, ¿cuándo lo entrego? Próximo martes, ok. No me diga nada, martes lo entrego. ¿Eso no?
Yes.
That's part of nature, right? If the miss is pressuring you, you blow up. You're like, I know, hágalo usted si quiere. It's part of the nature. Needs.
Secret place, time alone, self-paced projects, choice, etc.
Very good. Self-paced projects and choices. Very good. Esta, it wasn't originally in Howard Gardner's work. This was added at the end. And es controversial, pero bueno, se tuvo que poner porque es parte del programa de que se agregó. Tiene que ver con la generación de, ¿cómo llaman? De cristal y de mazapán. En mi tiempo les decíamos de otra manera. But I'll read it for you. Understanding nature, making distinctions, identifying flora and fauna. Being involved with nature, making distinctions. Ya sabes, así de, ay, es que está lloviendo, estoy muy triste. Salió el sol y estoy bien contento. I don't know. Working with nature, exploring lived things, learning about plants, natural events. They like to order. They like to have find the differences, connections to real life, science issues, and patterns. They're really connected to nature. Okay, you know, I big respect. Sí, Paola, ¿hablaste?
Yes, I'm reading, sorry.
Okay, good. So I lost my idea. Oh yes, so it's okay too. I mean, And my time is different. Les llamamos de otra manera. But anyway, so they are connected with nature and stuff. Okay? So far so good? Okay. I know, me equivoqué de botón. Oh. So, this is a summary. Verbal linguistic. Can you read it, Annie?
Yes, it refers to an individual's ability to understand and manipulate words and language.
Check it out. Ability to understand. Yes, everybody understands, but more than that, they manipulate. For example, the Spanish. Voy para la cassation de la no sé qué, de no sé qué. That came from a linguistic person. Or vice versa. Excuse me, I like to play, for example, nunca mente. Never mind. You know, and you play with the words. That's you manipulate the language. When you do that, it's because you're linguistic. All English teachers should be linguistic, right? If it's not a priority or predominant intelligent, we need to work on it. What is the key? When do you know when you can manipulate, when you're verbal linguistic, when you dream in English? Have you ever dreamt in English? No? When you do that, it's because you're bilingual. You're talking in English. Small words, yes, no, whatever. O me pasaba a mí, cuando estaba en la universidad, when I was studying, I left the school driving y luego no entendía los espectaculares because I tried to read in English. That's also an indicator. Number 2, logical, mathematical, Isaac.
Logical mathematical. It refers to an individual ability to do things with data, collect and organize, analyze and interpret, conclude and predict.
Work with the data. Make a list. They are fast to do that. Organize the reading. They are fast to do it. Analyze the summary. They do it. They like to follow a logical sequence. Visual spatial, like his left.
Refers to the ability to form and manipulate a mental model. They depend on visual thinking and are very imaginative.
Very good. So in other words, role play is best for them. Come up with the story is good for them. Continue with the story game is the best for them. So they do a lot of imagination. They do a lot of creative things, okay? Symbolic and aesthetic, Paola.
Refers to people who process information through sensations they feel in their bodies.
Yeah, no sexual, nothing to do with sexual thing. It has to do with feeling the language. Again, with the example of the preposition, tall, short, big, small, and they actually move around. They need to feel it. Okay. Intrapersonal. Perlita. Perlita. ¿Se fue Perlita o?
It's the ability to know oneself. I'm here, but my internet is.
It sucks. Okay, well, hold on a second. Annie, continue reading.
Yes. An individual who is able to understand his or her own emotions, motivations, and be aware of.
Personal, it's the ability to know oneself, an individual.
Okay, I'll finish. And be aware of his or her own strengths and weaknesses. So an intrapersonal person, it's very analytic, I repeat. So if you use that as a strength, you will have very good conclusions. I'll give you an example. Juanito Perez is intrapersonal. He doesn't like to work with anyone. He doesn't talk, but he's very observative and feels very analytic. So you give him a picture of a picture of a person, and not as a selfie, but a person doing things. A ver, Juanito Perez, what is happening? What do you think the person is doing? What do you think the person is thinking? So Juanito Perez will look at the picture and he will come up with very reasonable answers because he's analyzing it. Okay? Unlike a logical person. A logical person will ask you for more details. ¿Pero dónde está Miss? ¿Y qué está haciendo Miss? Because he needs more information, more data. Unlike an intrapersonal, he's analytic. Okay? So far so good? Am I going too fast or is okay? All right, in interpersonal, Annie.
It's the ability to interpret and respond to the moods, emotions, motivations, and actions of others. Requires good communication and interaction skills.
Very good. So it's the ability to interpret, respond, communication, that really talk to the very chismosos también. Musical intelligence, pero no, ¿qué es there?
Refers to the ability to understand, create, and interpret musical pitches, rhythm, and tones, and the capability to understand music.
What can you do with English classes? Well, aparte del yes, I am, you are, aparte de besides that, a musical person is, if you identify a musical person, it will be good for you for group control. I'll give you an example. Many years ago, I worked for a prepa, okay? And I was teaching English. So my first semester, ya sabes, en el teacher's room, era una prepa fresa, así que teníamos ahí todo, minibar, digo, el fridge, blah, blah, blah. So the other English teachers were talking to me. You're the new one. Yo tenía como, I was young. And so, yes, I'm new. And ¿tienes a Abel? His name. Le digo, creo que sí. Yo tenía los advanced groups de advanced level. No, hombre, no saben. Abel era, me lo describieron como despapalloso, distraído, gritón, respondón, bully, o sea, casi de la mafia, les faltó. So, okay, it was like, all right, qué miedo, pero it's okay. So I went into the classroom, ¿y qué creen que Abel era? Todo eso y más. He was very difficult student. He always an extraordinary, always failing exams. One month, like after 3 or 4 months, para esto, paréntesis, ustedes cuando tengan clases en presenciales en una escuela, Paola debe saber, los van a mandar a guardias en el receso a cuidar a los niños. So, when they asked me to go into the football field. So, okay, I went there. Me echaba la botana ahí con los chavos. Casi de la edad. Anyways, I saw Abel under a tree listening to his iPod. ¿Y qué creen que estaba haciendo Abel? Leyendo. And I was like, what? Can you read? So I was like, ¿qué haces aquí? ¿Por qué no vas a jugar fútbol? No me gusta. ¿De qué haces aquí? Estoy leyendo un libro. He was actually reading a book. I'm like, wow. You know what the difference was? What do you think was what was the difference? A ver, Ana.
He was listening to music.
He was listening to an iPod. I don't know about music. He was just listening to music. So then on the next day, we had an exam, or no, a quiz, or something. I can't remember right away. But it was it was an activity to remain in silence. So I asked Abel, a ver, siéntate aquí. ¿Tienes tu iPod? No, profe, no lo tengo porque estaba prohibido. Le dije, aquí lo traes, hombre. Sácalo y póntelo, no hay problema. Ah, ¿de verdad? Sí. Problem solved. He wasn't the best in the class, but from 6, he went to 8. He actually respected me in the class. He actually did activities. That was only the problem. He just needed music to concentrate. Casi me cuesta que me corran, porque estaba prohibido. But I explained and explained and explained, and Abel Abel was my witness, and so they actually it improved. Eso fue hace many years. If you look into my Facebook, look for Abel Negrete, todavía es mi amigo en my Facebook. Digo, ya está grande, ¿no? Ya creo que vive en Alemania or something like that, but he remembers me because of that. So that's the point of this this multiple intelligence course. You need to identify that. Finally, naturalistic, his left. Oh, his left is watching porn. Perla, naturalistic.
It's seen in someone who recognizes and classifies plants, animals, and minerals.
Recognizes.
Recognizes, okay.
Very good. Okay. Again, this was controversial, wasn't at the end, but it's a person that is connected to nature. Okay. Wait. Let's take a pee break. And before going into the second part of the class, it's, what time is it? 12:05, 12:20. Okay, 12:20. All right. See you here, guys. Ready, guys?
Yes.
All right, so we're talking about multiple intelligences in the classroom. We're going to make a difference between activities, between teacher activities, teacher approach, the teacher-centered approach to student-centered approach. Okay, can you read this, Annie?
Yes. Multiple intelligence in the classroom. Some teachers set up learning centers with resources and materials that promote involving the different intelligences. There are two approaches for implementing multiple intelligences in the classroom. I'm sorry. Teacher-centered approach and student-centered approach.
I think that's the best. That's good. So, both are correct. Listen to me. This is important. Both approaches are correct. They're just different. Okay. One is inclined to the teacher, activities inclined to the teacher, and the other approach are activities inclined to students. Okay. Let's talk about it. What are the teachers, what are the activities inclined or centered to teacher? Read it, Perlita.
Teacher-centered lessons. The instructor incorporates materials, resources, and activities into the lesson that teach to the different intelligence. Teachers may lecture students, show informational videos and posters, perform drills, and pose problem-solving exercise. Teacher-centered lessons should be limited to a few activities. Example, teachers start with an instructional unit or lesson with teacher-centered activities and then follow up with student-centered lessons.
Very good. Now just Perlita, resources.
Okay, resources.
Intelligences. Parenthesis, when it finishes with Z, is intelligences, resources, okay? So, the activities of the teacher, they are based on teacher's intelligences. If the teacher is logical, he will have logical, intelligent activities. If the teacher is kinesthetic, he will have lots of role play, lots of debate. If the teacher is musical, he will have sing along activities. He will have listen to the following conversation activity and so forth. Yes, you're following me? Okay, so example, teachers may lecture, maybe have videos and problem-solving exercises. Okay, now, however, these activities should be limited to a few activities. Why? Why these activities, or why the class can't be centered only to the teacher? It's actually a pretty obvious answer. Why? Annie?
Because in the classroom, we have different students with different intelligence. So if we focus on only one, maybe the others get bored or they don't feel motivated.
Very good. Kislev, your comment?
My internet is failing, so I couldn't hear what's any said.
Yeah, like if in
What
the
I was
class,
about to say is that, well,
is there?
what I said is that it can be focused on the skills or his intelligence, because or have the students to learn. So it has to be helpful,
Very good. Actually,
and we have to adapt or learn.
very good, Kislev. Whose class it is it? Yours or students? Who is there to learn? You or students? Palita, who's there to learn? You or the students?
Students.
Students, right? So that's why your approach as a teacher or the activities should be limited to very few. Annie said it. The other students have different type of intelligences, and if you only focus on our intelligence, the class will be boring to them. For example, you might be very logical, but you have students that are musical. You hate to sing. You hate role playing. You hate mingling. But you have to do it because it's part of your students' nature. Vice versa, you are a very kinesthetic teacher, and you're very musical, and your students are logical. They are well, then it would be the same thing. You can focus on one. So what is recommended is you start with something that is your intelligent, and then you follow up with the student-centered activities. Okay? Now, what are the student-centered activities? Ah, que la canción. Sorry. Wrong button. Student-centered. Can you read this, Perlita? No, excuse me, you read it already. Annie.
Student-centered lessons. One of the most important aspects of student-centered lesson is allowing students to make choices. Teachers should encourage students to exercise their weaker intelligences, but allowing them to explore their stronger areas as well.
Very good. So now you have to, once you conduct one or two activities on your teacher-centered activities, then you will conduct student-centered activities, right? But listen what it says. It says you need to make or allow your students to make choices. Number one, you need to know your students' multiple intelligence. Yes or no? You need to identify that who is musical, who is logical. And number two, what activities will they prefer? Why? Because when you allow them to make choices, you allow them to explore the strongest areas. How can we do that? Okay, let's talk about it. Let me show you. Hold on a second. I'm opening the file. And appendixes. Logical. Multiple intelligence. I'm looking for the exercise, yeah? No, this is not it. This is the other one. is Thursday. Okay. So for homework, you're going to do this. We haven't finished the class, but it has to do with how to identify or how to give them the choice to check their activities. Okay, here it is. Language acquisition. Can you see my screen? Not if you see it? Okay. Language acquisition, exactly. Choose the right activities for students according to their profile of intelligence. So we're going to have wait. Okay, great. Okay, we have a list of grammar: simple present, present continuous, simple past, can, should, have, blah blah blah. Perla, which one you like from here? Which one is the easiest for you, and which one do you like the best?
Maybe have to.
Have to, very good. So this is Perlita, okay. Isaac.
¿Cómo?
Which one you like the best, and which one you find it is the easiest?
Can.
Can, very good. Okay, so Isaac. Annie?
Simple past.
Simple past. Simple past, aquí está. Kislev.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
We couldn't hear, we couldn't listen to you. Can you repeat? Or maybe write it on the chat. Or send me a WhatsApp.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, should.
Should, very good. She's left. Paula?
Simple present.
Simple present. Very good. Okay, so this is the topics that you chose, okay? So number 2, have students make a list of the drills and resources that they would use in each type of intelligence. I'll give you an example. I know Annie has a group, Perlita, I think you have a group in Kinder, right? Okay, maybe you can, I don't know, you check it out. Paula, I know you're a speech teacher. You're going to have, okay guys, we're going to listen and we're going to learn about can, for example. And then you're going to ask 4 students, or 5 students. 5 students to tell you what would they like to do as an activity. Ay, no, Miss, pues a mí me gustaría que nos pusiera una lectura. No, Miss, a mí me gustaría que pusiera el juego de tic-tac-toe. A mí me gustaría que pusiera el video de YouTube. Bla, 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 bla. ¿Sale? 5 students, each one will have 1 activity, that means 5 activities. You collect them, and then during the week, you're going to send us to the chat a picture with activities, y luego ustedes van a decidir what type of intelligence correspond to the activity. Okay? Ah, no, Miss, yo quiero role play. Obviamente, ¿qué type of intelligence is? If it's a role play?
Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic, Very good. Maybe linguistic, intrapersonal, interpersonal, etc. Okay, so see the dynamic? All right, very good. This is for homework. During the week, you have to send me. If you have a group, you can ask me and you can interview some of the students or interview some of your family members or friends. It's the same thing. Okay, good. Let's go back to the presentation. Ah, sorry, wrong number, wrong button. There you go. Okay. So what are the benefits of multiple intelligences? Number one, read it, Isaac.
As a teacher and student, as a teacher and a student, you realize that there are many ways to be smart.
Okay, this is very important for you to understand. It seems now that we have listened to Teacher Gerson that all intelligence is equally celebrated. However, it's very easy and very comfortable to only accept my intelligence. See my point? For example, I find very annoying a logical person. Very annoying, así de que se sientan, ponen bien derechito el cuaderno y luego el este, así que, ay, no seas payaso. But that's me. You need to understand that all of them are smart. Okay? On the contrary, engineers, for me, engineers are like very square-minded. La verdad es que no lo son, simplemente es su naturaleza. So it's very easy to fall into the position of my intelligence is the best. Don't do that. All are smart. All are the same, they're just different. Okay, number two, Annie. Your microphone.
Yes, I'm sorry. All forms of intelligence are equally celebrated.
Very good. All are equally celebrated. There is no stupid, even though you die for telling a person you're really stupid. That's only you. They're all the same. Okay? I tell you the example of Abel. Me costó uno y el otro. O sea, because it was very annoying. It was frustrating. Que te challenging to your authority, speaking to another students, don't do the activities. You así de, yeah. No, I don't remember how many times I sent him to the principal's office. But then I realized that he's just a kid and he was different. He just needed a different approach and period. All are equally celebrated. Number three is there. Oh, she's watching porn. Okay, Paola, number three.
A sense of increased self-worth may be seen as students build on their strengths and work towards becoming an expert in certain areas.
Very good. When you are like, for example, in my case, I hated math. I really do. Let's go for the Rubik Cube. I only have finished it in my life once. But when I finish, I'm the king of the world. I'm Superman. No que Superman, o sea, I'm bigger than Superman. Exactly, that's the same feeling of other students. I don't like English, but when they do a real presentation on their own, they're like, oh my God. O sea, yo, Beyoncé, me queda abajo, ¿no? A sense of self-worth, and that we want that in our students. Finally, Perlita.
Students might develop strong problem-solving skills that they can use in real-life situations.
Exactly. When they actually increase or use English in their own intelligence, they become autonomous. We discussed it a moment ago. And they develop and produce English in their lives. Okay, good. All right, let's call it a day because this one is it's the second part of the class and we don't have time, okay? So let's call it a day. Do homework and I will send you the homework by WhatsApp so you can have it, okay? Questions? Questions about today's class? Yes, Annie.
I only have a question of the homework. We need to interview five students only?
Yeah, only 5 students.
Okay.
Each student give you one activity, so then you will decide what kind of activity is, if it's musical, if it's...
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so turn your cameras. Let's do a selfie. Kislev, your camera. Paola, your camera.
Sorry, I'm in a kind of computer that it's in my school, and they don't have any camera. And
oh, okay. Where is
I'm
that?
working in another one. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. That's okay. I just take the picture. 1 and 3. 1, 2. All right, I'll send it to you. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. Party a lot, drink a lot, everything included. And rest. I'll see you guys next week. Well, we keep in touch on the WhatsApp. Sorry about today. Anyways, I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. See you around.
Yeah.
Después te paso a Isaac. ¿Qué tienes? ¿Xbox?
PC,
Get
pero
out.
también tengo Xbox.
Okay, ya te iba a correr de mi clase. Anyway, so I'll send you my Microsoft ID thing, so we can play Halo. All right, see you around.